Boris is a poetic and primal force that comes in. I'm wondering, in some ways, this thing I read that you had said that you connected with him in a sense about how the idea of negative inspiration, the idea of you know what you don't want to do in life, and that's what Uncle Boris is there to tell Sam, that to make sure you don't do the things that are not right for you. Talk to us about how you connected with Boris as a character.
Well, I just played myself. I should say. I don't think when someone says do it any way you like, you're really stuck, you know. So I thought, well, okay, I'll play him a little older. No, I can't do that. He just threw, he just threw this ball at me. Tells me that I changed his life. I mean, the character changed his life and made him become a director. This is the direction a director gives an actor, right? Go ahead, play that. How? Read the script. So I read it and I thought, no, it's impossible. He's not doing that. Because if you look at it, it looks like a jumble of language. So if you attack a jumble of language, not knowing ever what you're talking about at all. I mean, I did not know what I was talking about. And I was really almost angry at Tony Kushner for putting me in that position. I had to come, when I finally got to the set, I drilled him. I said, is everybody I'm talking about real? He said, every single one of them. Oh, okay, so nothing about the character is fiction. No, he's real. That's another ball they threw at me. Now, how it's going to affect Steven was, of course, the big worry, right? I don't know what he meant by the guy who made him become a director. And so he said, in a way, play it the way you like. And then when I finally got through the script, I thought he was fiction. I approached it as if he was sort of dropped in from the sky, and to do something, it's like a spirit, it's like an oracle, it's like, if you ever had a bad dream when someone's in your room and they talk like that? Yeah? No? I have. It's sort of like a desperate moment about it. You have to mean something for your whole life. Well, I had to mean something for his whole life. Imagine that's a direction. And so I was flying, I was floating. And then the only thing I could think of, which I didn't say actually, I said, how much am I damaging this guy? The actor. It was terrible. Well, we couldn't talk about it. We didn't talk. We didn't ever said one word until we started. When we started, we never said anything. I never said, this is what I'm going to do to you.
I think I passed you on the way to the scene, and you were eating some lunch from Crafty. It was like some pasta, and I go, how is it? And you say, it's good, but if I was Italian, I wouldn't like it.
I was just getting into character, that's all. Try not to give the right answer, I guess the answer is that. It's, okay, so how much more mysterious can you be? In other words, if you want to play the result, I think I'm talking to a bunch of actors, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to play the result, you sort of have to guess at what it would be if you were the other guy. You know what I mean? So I was trying to be, my effect was on Gabriel. And I thought, if someone came to me like that, what would I do? So I said, not to understand what the hell I'm doing there in the first place. That's the first thing that's going to happen is, it's like, who are you? So, you got to start somewhere. And there's Steven. Every once in a while, you look up, you wonder how you're doing. And he brushes past me. It's like, am I doing what's written? He goes, bring the camera over here. I'm thinking, what? We're gonna have to have a little confab here. Well, then I realized, okay, look, if if you like that, then don't ever ask me how I got it. Please don't ever ask me how I got it. I would never be able to explain it, you know? It's like, what is it, what do you call it, a thing that gets into you?
Well, I like the idea of horoscopes being an oracle. I thought that was they just mentioned, And
what you were talking about was in my real life. My real life was I didn't become an actor. I didn't know I was going to be an actor. I wasn't interested. I was a college guy. You know, I was studying, so there was always the question. I come from this, you know, that time, 50s and 60s. That's me. That's where I come from.
Yeah.
And it used to be this. The question was on the street. So what are you going to do with your life? What's going to happen to you? You know, and I kept on asking the same question to my friend who was studying psychology. And I said, well, what do you think is going to happen to us? He said, I don't know. He says, sometimes I wonder, you know, if I'm going to be able to swim in the same place that you do, because I'd go under. I said, what? I said, me, what happened to me? He said, well, you got a gyroscope in your system. And you don't know it, but you're going there, but you got to go there and there and there and there and finally get there. And I thought, okay. He says, because you know what you don't want to do.
I think you wound up in the right place. Don't you think, ladies and gentlemen?